What's going on, heavy hitters? Welcome. If this is your first time, or welcome back. Appreciate your love. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, y'all, we're going to just jump straight into it. Recently, after Sunday's episode, Carlos King went to kind of dissect the process of what is happening with Real Housewives of Atlanta, mainly focusing on the spoiled, busted canned peach,
So
Marlo Hampton.
this
Let's take
beef
a
between
listen.
Marlo and Candy has to do with two things. When they showed us that flashback, it indicated that Marlo and Candy had a real friendship. Real friendship. And it was an emotional friendship. Marlo has abandonment issues. Marlo, again, is a foster child. Marlo is used to rejection as a kid, and she has never healed from that trauma. And that's what she is going through. And instead of saying that, she feels the need to, instead of me being vulnerable, I'm going to fight fire with fire.
Pause me, please. That would almost be believable if Candy was meeting her with the same venom.
The reason why it's hard for all of us to swallow, pause, the reason I have brothers. The reason why it's hard for us to swallow this beef is because it's too much and it's not making sense.
Pause me again, please. Okay, Carlos, you're right. It is not making sense at all.
And one thing I've always said is you can't tell anyone how to grieve. And Marlo's grief belongs to her. And it's not any of our jobs to dictate when she should not get over something. Your feelings are real. Everybody handles death differently. There is not a one size fit all approach when it comes to that. Now, with that being said, real talk, based on what was presented, I feel like I'm at court. Now, look, based on what was presented tonight, I don't think Candy did anything wrong.
I'm just saying.
I don't. At the end of the day, and I'm just being real here, y'all know I'm fair. While I understand where Marlo is saying based on the grief of her nephew who worked there, what Candy did in terms of her response to you, Marlo, I would have probably done the same thing. And hear me out here. The only way I would expect for Candy to do more is if your nephew got shot at her establishment.
Pause me, please. Exactly, Marlo. What more do you want, you crazy woman?
Now, that is when, yes, more should have been done if that was the situation. It's sort of like you can't blame or look for the employer to do more for their employee if something unfortunate happened outside of work. So what more do you want from her? It's not like she had a relationship. I don't know what more you want her to do. I could see if this person was the general manager that had weekly meetings with Candy.
Pause me, please. If you have looked at any of my previous videos about Carlos King, it is clear I am not a Carlos King fan. I think he is extremely annoying. However, thank you for this input, because Carlos, when you're right, you're right. What do you want, Marlo?
Just because he was at a holiday party doesn't mean that she had that relationship with him. That's the reason why. And this is the other thing. We want this show to be fun and fun shade. And yes, dark moments happen, but for the most part, we want some fun shade. You know, we want Kenya Moore hair care, or we want some, we don't mind when you nuck if you buck. I'm gonna stop talking to you right now before I'm blowing up on your ass. We like that. But when your A story has to do with murder, like, that's not something we want to that.
Pause me, please. Carlos King is so right. We don't want to watch this foolishness, Marlo.
Not for more than one episode. This is dark. I feel like I'm watching a true crime series on Oxygen. Let me be very clear. What happened to Marlo's nephew is beyond sad. She has my complete condolences. It's I don't know what she could be going through. It's sad. It really is. And I'm not downplaying that one bit. What I am talking about is the fact that we're talking about something that happened 3 years ago. And we've seen y'all be around each other for 3 years. And I'm going to say this. And when I say this, I don't mean to sound rude or crude or prude. I feel like y'all reaching for a storyline.
Pause me, please. I'm sorry, y'all. I started walking around while I was recording and it shifted. But anyway, you can still hear what the man is saying, and we're still going to talk about it. But I agree. Like, this is 100% a storyline that is unnecessary and is disrespectful to be exploiting your nephew's death. You're already exploiting your nephews because they live with you. You brought your mama on with no teeth. Like, you're trash.
I feel like y'all had a meeting and it was like, what drama do we have? Y'all can't get Martell for more than 2 episodes. And so what else do we have here? Courtney is a pork chop, so we can't get nothing from that. Mayetta ain't giving us nothing, so we ain't got nothing there. Based on drama. And I feel like this Candy and Marlo thing is just weird. And I feel like because the girls want Candy to be activated. And listen, we love an activated Candy with red hair and all. But the activation has to have meaning to it.
Exactly what I'm talking
Are y'all
about.
following me? Let me know in the comments if y'all agree or disagree with me. I don't want to watch this. It's dark. The fact that we have to talk about for another episode when I am dumbfounded by this, but I know what it is. And that's why y'all love coming to Reality with the King, because I'm going to tell y'all the real. Based on my expertise as the king of reality television, I'm telling y'all they're grasping at straws because everybody wants to see Candy activated because some of the girls, allegedly, don't feel like Candy deserves the big paycheck she's getting, and they want to see her activated. And to me, this is a ploy to get her activated. And I got to be honest, seeing her activated tonight, it was interesting. Listen, let me be real. It was interesting to watch, but the context just, we're talking about a nephew who's deceased. I don't want to see her activated defending herself over grief.
He is 100% correct. Pause me, please. That Candy has to defend herself because Marlo is exploiting her nephew's death. It is disgusting.
Or what she should or should not have done. I liked it when she was activated when Phaedra came for her, honey. Yes. Or when Portia. Or when Nene came for that ass. I like when she was activated season 6 when they was going to Savannah and Candy was late and Nene left her own clubhouse, went home. Carlos had to call her to come back. She came back and she went on the bus and Kenya was trying to defend Nene and was like, guys, y'all gotta be on time. And Candy said, ain't nobody talking to you. Ain't nobody talking to you. And then Candy got up and gave Kenya more good old tug lashing. Can you shut the fuck? We like that activation because it's funny and it means something. And it's something we can laugh at when we repeat it. When she and Phaedra had their beef, and when she told Portia, I'm gonna choke you if you keep talking about, like, we were into like the conversations. This to me seems like y'all just reaching. And I think Candy being upset, again, my opinion, is because I think she knows it's a reach. I think she feels like y'all really are trying to play me as this insensitive CEO who doesn't care about people who are deceased. I think that's why she got angry. I don't think it has anything to do with Marlo. I think she recognized what it was.
Pause me, please. I'm going to have to disagree with Carlos. It has absolutely everything to do with Marlo because Marlo has kept picking and picking with Candy, and Candy is over it. She is thinking of all the things that she has done, how the friendly she has been towards Marlo, despite what she has done and giving her chance after chance. Yeah, it's all about Marlo and the fact that Marlo is playing along with production's stupid ass games.
And I didn't like it. I feel like it's low. I feel like it's low hanging fruit, and that's not why we tune into this show. It's not it's not giving what it's supposed to give. I want to see let's just talk about it. We're on episode 6. And as of right now, and y'all could disagree with me if y'all want to. The only interesting thing that I saw that made me geeked and like interesting was Martell Sheree relationship and Kenya talking about a DM. I haven't seen anything else that makes me gravitate towards like, ooh, I can't wait to see this next week. I'm really surprised that they're not planting seeds of what we know is going on between Drew and Ralph. Like, y'all know how we knew Vanderpump Rules, the scandal happened after they wrapped, but they started to re-edit footage and sort of gave you moments to pay attention to what's to come. I would have enjoyed them opening up these episodes, these earlier ones, and re-editing stuff to give us a glimpse of what's going on between Drew and Ralph. I want some mother personal story. This Candy Marlo thing, y'all could have kept that in the broom closet, child. It's not. I just think I think it's low. I think it's low hanging fruit. I want to see what's going on with Drew and Ralph. I want to know what is happening here. I would have spent additional money the way they did it for Vanderpump Rules and giving us some extra footage and added it in earlier. Something. I just don't know what else is going to keep us feeling like, ooh, I can't wait to watch that. And y'all could be in the comments, but Carl, we felt that way about one of your other shows. That's fine. That's fine. But one thing I did, boo, I flew down and had a meeting with my cast. Thank you. It's just not hitting the way I expected it to. And I feel like the way to, let me tell y'all something. The way you get anyone activated, they have to care about it. And this just it's not working. And the preview to next week's episode, they're arguing about something, to me, that's stupid. What?
All right, heavy hitters, y'all. That's pretty much it. The rest he talks about himself and how he prepared to watch the show and much of nothing. Anyway, y'all, let's talk about it in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for helping me get up to 700. I really, really appreciate y'all. I really, again, I'm not a Carlos King fan, but I enjoy his input because he has firsthand experience. He's worked behind the scenes. He is a reality star, producer, creator. It's interesting to get his input. Like, it's just crazy that this is where they are. You know, I hate to say it, but Candy, I think You've run your full course. You're better than this show now. All right, y'all. Y'all be easy. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next time, be easy. Peace.